of the NFL on EA Sports.
We welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Los Angeles Rams, and he returns this to the 22, and the New York Giants.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Now Jones on first down. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll be out right at the 35. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line.
38-yard line.
A gain of 3, second down.
Brings up.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On second down, here's Barkley. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
He's tackled at the
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for third down. Throwing Jones. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
They'll try and throw for it here. And Ingram hauls it in. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Facing a fourth down, they come away with 18 yards and the first down conversion. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
Again, the ball carrier.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short. They'll try to run for it with Barkley, and he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs. It gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Jones. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. The Rams taking the field and leading the way. The man from Cal, the former #1 overall pick, Jared Goff.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that 1 interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Los Angeles.
Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Cam Akers, the Rams.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
22-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up second.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. From the gun, here's Goff. They got a man over the middle. It's Woods. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 42. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now it's Goff. He's got his target. It's the tight end, Tyler Higbee. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Again, Goff. That's complete right around the 8. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Goff hitting Woods for a Rams first.
Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician, Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Now, what do you do defensively to adjust?
Well, this is where you got to make a decision as a defensive coordinator. Do you really get after the quarterback, or maybe you tighten down on the receivers, bump them off of their routes, chip away at their timing so things aren't as precise as they've been so far in this game?
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. A shotgun snap for Goff. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Robert Woods, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes the score 7-0. This will make it into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Aaron Donald with a sack.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz. And even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on fourth.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 23. He'll set up to throw from the gun. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Woods. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Goff. Right side complete. That's Woods. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
At the 38-yard line.
Goff. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. The sack coming from big Dalvin Tomlinson. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. 3rd and long. It's Goff. Going up top for Kupp. And that will be incomplete. Now, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
2 things you can do in that situation. Run and punt the football or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
On the return, it's Tate. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10.
29-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Jones. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Jones pass.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. Barkley a first down and more. And he'll take it to the 43-yard line. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 1st down, Jones. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available. An incompletion as a result.
Here's Jones to throw on 3rd down. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. Here's Riley Dixon now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And now a high kick trying to pin him back. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's gone. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Isaac Yiadom in there to pick it. When I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
1st down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
1st and 10
from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Jones. It's complete to Golden Tate. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 13 yards, good for a Giant 1st down.
19-yard line.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the 2nd half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Back at the 31-yard line.
So we've reached halftime with you want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it.
7. Giants, nothing.
The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the 2nd half gets started. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. So here are the Rams to take over. They were losers a week ago to the Bears, but they lead things here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. To throw is gone. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Out of the gun, gone. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. He'll throw complete to Cam Akers. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the 3rd quarter. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the 1st half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the 1st half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Jones now From the gun on third down. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
First and 10.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Barkley on first down, going to work his way forward, only for about a couple there. Now we've got a giant player here, slow to get up after that last play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
The Rams go nickel here defensively on third. Again, it's Lewis. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was third and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Third quarter from MetLife Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jones eluding the pressure right. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 12 yards there and a first down.
First and 10.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. Back to throw. Jones. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. That one broken up by David Long on the defensive end.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball. Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They got to get it to the 21 here on third down. Operating from the gun, Jones. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it.
A fumble on the play.
Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points, but the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
A 52-yard attempt.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
25-yard line.
L.A. readies for its next possession. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. On first and 10, Goff. Complete. Jefferson the target. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Jefferson.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On first down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground. And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's the Rams out in front here. They've got control of the football as well as we get set for the fourth quarter. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. Now, they tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And 10 yards to go.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Blake Martinez. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
The Giants take over.
A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the
blitz coming, and down he goes.
Daniel Jones sacked.
These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jones, he'll get this one into the hands of Lewis.
Complete to Dion.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 17. From the gun, Jones. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Jones throwing on 4th down. And down he goes. A sack. They sack him back across midfield at about the 48-yard line. Samson Abukum. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
At the 44-yard line.
The throw over the middle taken in. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
Complete.
19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
18 yards. First down, Rams.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now Goff on first down. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. And down inside the 15 he goes. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. It was a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, Goff. This will be caught just inside the 10. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. First down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal as they search for what could be a game-sealing touchdown. They'll look to run with Akers. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Akers. And this Giants defense getting off the ball quickly. They stop him behind the line again. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. They'll set up the screen here to Akers. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
No gain on the play. It's now 4th and...
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here from the right hash, and this one just a chippy.
A 22-yard attempt.
Sanders' kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
So now Jones and the Giants trailing 10-3. A little over a minute to go. They need a touchdown and the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. They'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
At the 39.
Scoring has really been at a premium. And, Charles, you got to tip your cap to this defense coming in here. Their offense, too, but this whole team coming in here on the road, getting a hard-fought win.
I think the way that they're finishing this one up, an exclamation point on a terrific game. As you noted, hard for them to put points on the board, and they hold them down one more time and finalize things.
Goff with a kneel down here, and that should put a conclusion to this one. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now.